Yeah. Shout out to Paul Miranda, Dust Super Poop, Day Day, Cam 702, Eric Royce, Biscuit, Big Cisco, Love My Toe, Keith Skate, Fletcher Skate, Day Day, Low Key, Day Day, Cashin. Appreciate you guys being here. Welcome to the podcast. Stop Crying Poser. Greatest podcast known to man. As voted by Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, Franklin D. Roosevelt, Theodore Roosevelt, James Buchanan, Andrew Johnson, and Franklin Pierce. They all said this is the greatest podcast known to man, and they were kind of important. Some of them, a little racist, maybe. The other ones, they're A-okay. So those were a list of American presidents that arguably I know nothing about. I don't know nothing about those goddamn presidents. They're a little bit before my time. Excited to do the podcast for you guys. We do this podcast every single Friday, right around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. Today we are right on time because I have things to do after the podcast. I want to lift some weights, get buff. I want to take my dog to the park. I want to make a salad. I want to end world hunger, create peace in the Middle East. And you know what? I'm going to give every kid a soda. A low-fat soda with no, what is that red? Like red number 5? None of that when I'm president. First topic of the day. For 3 weeks in a row, I have neglected to send out stickers to everyone who deserves stickers. So right after the podcast, I'm going to send those out. They'll be on the first flight tomorrow when the mail person comes and get them. Why are they a male person? Why aren't they a female person? I don't know. I didn't create the Pony Express. God damn it. What else happened this week? I have a lot of topics today. Most of them are short topics. No, nothing as hilarious as last week. There's nothing going to top "Hey, Miss Lady," which, by the way, I've been recycling that joke. Pretty much every day since last week. In fact, we were watching a video yesterday of a guy cooking a giant shrimp, and then he managed to like drop some corn into the frying pan. He's like, yeah, shrimp goes great with corn. And I'm just like, hey, Miss Lady, fuck is this shit? I think it's funny. Can I tell you guys I got a great deal? I've been watching a lot of Pawn Stars, and there's also this Craigslist Hunter, which is a great channel I watch on YouTube. I got a great deal the other day on a trade, and it may have been a drunken thing. Listen, if somebody wants their belongings back, wants to be a good old-fashioned Indian giver, fine, I'll give it back, because we did this trade over several beers, and for maybe the other party, it seemed like a good trade. So I got like a $100 longboard, and I traded a pack of cigarettes for it. So pretty sick. Do I like the longboard? No. It kind of has bad pressure cracks. You can tell it's gotten wet and it's been left out for a while. But here's the thing. The wheels alone are probably resellable for $10. The bearings, I can use them myself. Someone will buy those ugly ass trucks. The deck, no one's ever going to want that shitty deck. I jumped on the longboard just to make sure it rolled, and it turns out you can't turn those things. What an inefficient method of skateboarding, the longboard. I don't understand what they were thinking, because it's so heavy that there's no way to get up or even down a curb, pretty much. You would have to have a ton of room, and even if you wanted to make, let's say, a right turn on a street, like a city street, you're coming dangerously close to wheel biting. Even though the wheelbase is cut out of the longboard, you're still coming dangerously close. Maybe it's just a bad design on this longboard. Regardless, the pack of cigarettes was $9, and the skateboard, it's got to be worth something. So, Elliot, if you're watching, if you want your longboard back, just give me like $10, I'll give it back to you. I'm making $1 off of this deal, no matter what. So that was part of it. Like I said, a lot of short topics. What else happened? Well, tomorrow I'm going to get canceled. Pretty excited about that. Everyone kind of knows and saw it coming. Thrasher just came out with a video part of a chick, like a female skater who went pro for Monster Energy. And I'm already like the most biased person. I think the bar in women's skateboarding is so low, and I think they can do a lot of stuff. We had that chick, Backsmith, Hollywood 16. I think that's a step in the right direction, but there's another corner of skateboarding that's still coddling women rather than challenging them. And it's this issue where everyone, a chick gets the most basic of tricks, and then they're just the best chick in the world, and they should really be motivating these chicks to not get complacent at the top. Because here's the thing, the best female skateboarder is still only as good as an average 9-year-old boy. So this chick came out with a video part a few days ago named Ruby Lily. She's pro from Monster, and the video part's so bad. The entire thing is filmed at a skate park. She has knee pads on for every single trick. And they're the kind of tricks that you would literally see a 7 or 8-year-old boy doing at the skate park when they're not even competing. And I say that because young kids sometimes are pushed into bowl skating and vert skating with pads and helmets. I think maybe parents look at that as like an untapped market. I don't know why parents are so quick to put their kids into like vert school when all you have to do is just hang out with your kid, right? Like, I have a lot of friends now from my generation. They have kids. Their kids want to go skateboard. The dad goes, well, you know what? I haven't skated in 20 years. Like, I was never good, but you know what? Let's go down to the hockey rink, or let's go down to the park where there's a bunch of flat ground, or the closest abandoned, well-paved parking lot. And I'll skateboard with my kid. I'm not doing any ollies. My kid is pushing Mongo. My kid's only 6 years old, doesn't even really know what they're doing on the board, barely putting together coherent sentences. Sure, let's go bond together. But then there's the other skateboard dad who's like, we need a vert coach. We need a vert coach. I'll be over here in the lounge drinking a beer. You teach my kid to drop in. I don't want to talk to that kid. You talk to him. Look, if the kid wants to talk to me, the kid talks to the coach talks to the mom, and the mom sends me a text message because I'm too busy drinking beer, watching football. Like, there's two sides of like raising your kid to be a skateboarder. And for some reason, most of the chicks who have become pro skateboarders did it the same route as the padded up 8-year-old skateboarder groms, as we used to call them. And for me, I've been through this so many times. Like, I've been to like the King of the Groms contest, a lot of beginner contests where there is a section of like 12 years old and under for a skateboarding competition, which is so weird. And you have to meet these parents that are so fucking weird. Anyways, I think later in life you can kind of tell, even though some skateboarders get better, you can kind of always tell which ones started with the knee pads, because they're really good at deep throating cock. No, I'm joking, because their knees are so sore from... I'm kidding. But no, the way they ollie, the way they skate transition, the way they drop in, the way they bend their hips, like, you don't learn that skating curbs every day. So I just think tomorrow's video, look, I just explained it to you guys because we're on a podcast and I'm trying to be like informative. In the video that comes out tomorrow, I'm only negative. And I'm dressed up as a woman. And I'm talking like this the entire time. So if there was ever a chance for me to get canceled, it's going to be surely tomorrow. So definitely check that out. And there will also be a highlight video of that on Steve Hates Skating. If you're a fan of reading comments, at some point during today, I have to... Here's what I've been doing. I've been making my long form ninja review videos into short vertical videos for an Instagram and YouTube channel called Steve Hates Skating. And it has exploded. I told you guys last week, I have one video with 700,000 views in like 4 days. It has 1,500 comments, which is unusual for a channel of my size. I only have 1,500 followers. How'd I get 700,000 views? It's going good. Okay, I've gone back to my roots. Something I'm accidentally really good at is making people cry. Basically trolling, I would say. And the comments, dude, it's so easy. Skateboard, it's so easy because here's what it is. It's not new to me. right? I went through this back in the old skateboard, the scooter era of 2010. Go all the way back to 2010. I learned how to speak the language of pussies. I learned how to get under all their skins. And now, back then, skateboarders weren't quite pussies, and now they are pussies, so I'm already familiar with the language. You know what I mean? It's like some people, they have to learn a language from scratch. Oh, I'm already 75% fluent in speaking to pussies, and all skateboarders are now pussies. So I'm a leg up above all the competition. Anyone who wants to try to troll harder than me, you guys are still barely learning. You guys are speaking survival pussy. I'm already like in the restaurant talking to the owner. I'm fluent in the language of pussies. So we got that going on. The new videos are fun. Where the fuck is topic number 4? Story of Twitch. Cactus. Oh, yes. I've told you guys before that you should never ask anyone online, especially Twitch, for advice, because they don't understand. If I give you a premise, they don't understand like the solution. For example, my computer breaks. Something goes wrong with my computer, and it's simply like, oh, all you have to do is reset the router. And they're like, oh, no. You need a $3,000 water-cooled PC with a built-in 9,000 gigabytes router. And you also need a curved monitor. And I go, what? You sure I can't unplug it and plug it back in? Oh, no. This is a $3,000 job. Really? Because last time I just unplugged it and plugged it back in. I mean, yeah, I guess you could, but I wouldn't. I would spend the $3,000. And then I go, well, where do I get $3,000 from? And they go, why are you asking me? Why are you asking me? And I go, what? Fuck, you came up with this stupid idea. So, what am I talking about? I started a stream the other day, live on Twitch, where the title of the stream, the first thing you see is digging up free plants. I'm digging up free cactuses. I took my car out to the desert, which Las Vegas is one big desert, kind of went behind the bar. I went into this small patch of land where there's just rocks and desert, and there's cactuses growing everywhere. So I brought a big leaf bag, like trash bag, started digging up cactuses so I could replant them in my backyard. And all it said was digging up free cactuses. Free. Siri, what does free mean? Everyone in the comments like, why don't you just go buy cactuses? Why don't you just go buy them? Why are you wasting your time getting free cactuses when you could be having no money? Why would you save money and tell me exactly what you're doing and why when you could go to buy cactuses? Aloe vera is only $15. Oh, reasonable question. I understand that's a reasonable question. Why would I be out here getting free cactuses for my garden when I could be not having any money after I spend money on cactuses that may die? And then you get other people like, well, why don't you grow flowers? Oh, okay, it's the temperature right now, right this second is 109 degrees. Okay, cactuses barely survive. Paul says, in fairness, you just had free plants. Yeah, okay. And Paul, in fairness, I made it easier to understand. I made it less words. The more words you put, the stupider the Twitch chat gets. Free plants. What part of free plants makes you read that and go, this guy should go to the store and pay for plants? What part of those two words confused everyone to where they suddenly went, you know what? This guy should buy some plants. I hope he has money. Because when I read free plants, my first thought was, this guy should go buy plants that cost money. That I interpreted the word free and plants, the way I interpreted it was pay money for non-free plants. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I dug up some free plants. They're doing fine. Maybe they're dead. Maybe they're not. You can't tell. Also, I don't need these plants that require watering every day because it's so hot out there. I need plants that can take care of themselves with very little water, very little effort. Paul says, LMAO, I thought you were giving plants away. That's why you're the problem. That's why you're the problem. Because you read Free Plants and started thinking of workarounds. Start thinking of, how can I misinterpret this in the most logical way? Let me think. Maybe it would be like possessive. Like maybe he's setting all the plants free. Maybe he has a prison full of plants and he's setting them free. And when he's done setting them free, he gets paid by the state, and that's when he would go and buy said plants. He said, let my plants be free so I can then go and buy the plants. Or you could just read the words and just take the word free and then take the word plant, put those next to each other and say, well, that's the sentence. That's the entire sentence. My God. Motherfuckers just be going out of bounds. Just go out of bounds to try and figure out this plants situation. Anyways, yeah, you can't trust anyone on Twitch. They don't help you do anything. They never help you do anything. All it is get something. Have you tried a new house? Have you tried a new car? I say, I had a flat tire yesterday. I repaired it. Went to the tire shop, got the tire, brought the tire back, put it back on the car. The car's fine. They go, car's fine. You need a new car. Oh, I do? Yeah, you need a Cybertruck. It's only $119,000. Oh, I do. My car's in perfect working order right now. No. That once you change the tire, that's a direct line to Cybertruck. Here's 3 bits. Here's 3 cents. Go get a Cybertruck. God, pissing me off, the internet. Would you guys like a chance? Would you guys like a chance to win a free Ninja Lifestyle sticker pack? All you have to do is answer this question correctly, and you are the winner. By the way, everyone who I owe stickers to after this podcast, I'm gonna try, depending on what happens, I'm gonna try to get these into an envelope and send them to you. They go to Toe, they go to Day Day, and they go to one other person who I have screenshotted in my phone, which is not here. Here's the question: whose face is on the $20 bill? Whose face is on the $20 bill? He was the 7th president of the United States, serving from 1829 to 1837. His leadership during a period of significant change left a lasting impact on the nation. Biscuit says Franklin. Oh shit, wrong. Node says the Queen. Wrong. Fletcher says Andrew Jackson. Day Day says Andrew Jackson. Fletcher is in first place on my screen. Fletcher, send me a DM after the podcast with your contact information so I can mail you a free Ninja Lifestyle sticker pack if you want it. Maybe it'll take 3 weeks. Who knows? What else do I got here in my topics? That was topic number 5. Topic number 6, roof repair. So I told you guys the story. They were repairing my roof, and then as they were repairing it, they knocked my ceiling down in my bathroom, and then as they were also repairing it, they delivered the shingles and then knocked a giant crack in the other half of my roof. Well, they came back and repaired it. The roof looks fine. Everything is in working order. And here's something I didn't know. My grandpa told me this yesterday. Since his name's on the insurance, I now look like a reference. So here's the thing. The way that the roofer is looking at this situation, which is kind of weird, he's looking at it as if I referred my grandpa to come fix my house like he's the landlord, which I guess technically that's correct. Anyways, I get a referral fucking bonus because I referred it to him even though I live here. So I get free $200. And I've been very inconvenienced. I get $200 free dollars that I can do whatever I want with. And I'm probably going to use part of that to repair my broken ceiling because I think my grandpa's going to pocket that money and I'll just be stuck with this. It's been very inconvenient, but you know what? My roof is good. Shingles got a 30-year warranty or 20-year warranty. So it's exciting. The roof is looking good. It's a modern roof. And I can walk up there now. I used to walk up there. It's kind of dangerous to walk up on that bitch. Now, walk up there, no problem. I went up there the other day by myself, just with the cell phone and a little glass of vodka. Just went up there and sat down. And I said, everything I see is an older ass roof than what I'm sitting on right now. Everything I see is mine. I'm in charge. I like being on the roof, right? I have so many fat ass friends. We can't just go on the roof because everyone's afraid if they fall, they're going to literally die. Need more skinny friends to go up on the roof that trust ladders. I also have friends that can't balance at all. I also have friends that they get 4 feet off the ground, they get dizzy, and they self-destruct. So I'm the only one. It's weird because I'm so afraid of heights, but the roof is not high enough for me to be scared. 2-story roof, I'll start shaking. My legs will start shaking. 1-story roof, I just feel happy up there. Drinking a beer. Sometimes I pull my dick out. Just to say, look what I'm doing. Look what I'm doing. Universe. Pissing on the roof. Off the roof. Pissing off the roof. Why would I piss on the roof? You know what? That's how I got my first indecent exposure. They caught me on camera on a drone. They needed a drone. That's how big my dick was. They saw it from space. Okay, next topic. Piss for the roof. Next topic. I cooked a nice dinner the other day. I got a T-bone steak from La Bonita, which was half the price if it would have been from Smith's or Kroger, which is crazy. And it got a much bigger filet on the side. Don't tell anybody. Slightly overcooked the steak, but the sides were the star. I did some mushrooms. I cooked these mushrooms on low for a long time and some oil. And then at the end, I threw in some shallots. Let those cook, brown out. Then I threw on some SPG. And then I threw in the garlic, turned off the heat, let those motherfuckers stay warm. Boom, they're done. Fantastic. Then, next food. I made the mashed potatoes. I had half of a potato, boiled it, mashed it, added just a little bit of cheese, and then added just a tiny little bit of cream, and added this rosemary butter that I had, which kind of was rosemary butter on the potatoes. Not the best idea. It was okay, not the best idea. Throw a little cayenne pepper, boom. And then half of a diced up raw jalapeno, threw that in there. So now every time you get a mashed potato in your mouth, you get a little crunch, like it would be like an onion style crunch and some spice in there. Boom. Then I made some broccoli that, the broccoli's never the star. You know, I have people here on my Twitch channel that are racist against me because of the amount of broccoli that I eat. As if, here's the thing. Some people believe that broccoli must be the square root of a double prime number. And that's only how many broccoli is. It must be divisible by pi more than 3.14 times per exponent for the amount of broccoli that you're allowed to have on the plate. If you go on the plate with 3 pieces of broccoli, you're out. You're excommunicated. You're gone. You have to live in the trash can. You're not allowed to vote if you have that. But if you have 5 pieces of broccoli, oh, the sun shines on you. You're allowed to go to heaven. You get free blowjobs every day. 6 pieces of broccoli, you're out. You're gone. You're out of here. 7 pieces of broccoli, only allowed if there's garlic salt and an odd number of garlic bulbs in the entire dish, not including powder. There's so many rules about broccoli on Twitch, I can't keep up with it. So if you're gonna hate me over broccoli, so be it. It's a free country. If you want to hate me for my broccoli and you want to talk about it and scream to the land about your hatred, your bigotry against broccoli, then feel free. Because you know what? It's a free country. First Amendment, free speech. You're allowed to hate whoever you want for whatever reason, even if it's even if it's because of broccoli. God damn it. Where were we going with that? Where was that joke going? So the other day, on Wednesday, my buddy came over. Sam's came over and Fem was over here, and I was like, we were listening to old school hip hop from like, I don't know, the 2000s. We were listening to Chamillionaire and Chingy and bro, name some of them. Like 3-6. He goes, yeah. Shine on the block, man, a thing on top now. Yeah. So Survivor. Yeah. Who goes, yeah? Young Jock, Akon, Jeezy. And we were singing along. We were having such a great time. Just me and my one friend and a chick. And we're just enjoying it. Having a great time. I said, you know what? Let's go to this bar that has private karaoke. And it's only 3 of us. And we can all sing these songs and drink beer. alone and have fun and gamble. Suddenly, everybody stopped singing. Suddenly, the record went. The record scratched up. Everyone said, whoa. I'll sing along in this living room, but I will not sing along in a private room elsewhere. I said, wait, what? I thought they misunderstood. I thought they were thinking that it was like, that we were going to go on American Idol with hundreds of millions of Americans watching and making fun of us. No, I said, no. You must be mistaken. I'm not talking about public karaoke. I'm talking about one small room in an Asian casino that's already empty and has no one in it. They said, whoa, nope. No, I sing, but I don't sing into a microphone. I don't know why they did that. But it ended up being a blessing because I snooked into the karaoke room, picked up the song. The songbook was nothing but like The Doors, Elvis, and Jesus music, which had me questioning what type of bar I was really in. Wait a minute. All we have is The Doors, Elvis, and God? Where's the hip hop? Where's the pop music? There's no like Britney Spears or NSYNC or Backstreet Boys. There's no like Freebird, right? There's no Motley Crue. There's not just. When was this karaoke place invented and why is there no modern music? So that didn't work out. What else happened this week? I went skateboarding. The video that came out today of me doing a tornado stall in a steep, shallow end of a pool, that was filmed last Sunday. And it was nice, and it was also kind of like, you know how things fall apart, but they're actually not that bad? Well, let me explain what happened. I went down there, I say, you know what, I've landed this trick before, nose stall to tail stall, but I've never filmed it. I say, you know what, I didn't even bring my camera, but I got a cell phone. Set up my cell phone, start trying the trick. 20 minutes into the trick, I start saying, holy fuck, last time this only took like 10 tries. Now I'm 20 minutes in, I'm sweating, I'm dying, I'm unhappy. Why can't I land this trick? So I start mentally like falling apart. Eventually I land the trick after 40 minutes. I'm overheating. I can't breathe, right? I feel like I'm wasting everyone's time because every time I drop in, you know, like no one else can skate. So, well, they can, but you get it. Like, I feel like I'm distracting anyone else who wanted to skate the bowl. So I finally land my trick. I go look at my phone. My phone says like red alert. My grandpa needed help. I had to go repair one of his pipes burst in his backyard. Went down there, and the whole time I'm just like, dude, why today? Why do I gotta drive over here today? I barely landed my trick. I fucking suck at skating. I'm really hot. I'm sweating. I get over there. The pipe repair ends up, we kind of half-assed it. Okay, it's for sure gonna blow up again. It's not gonna last a year. We really like jerry-rigged it. It's barely holding on. Fixed that. It didn't take any time at all. And then after it was over, I went back to the barbecue that I came from and, you know, went back to skating and eating. But it's one of those moments where I'm like, dude, the sky is falling. Man, this is going terrible. Like, I have to go do this and do this. I suck at skating. Everything's bad. And once it was all over, I'm like, you know what? I landed my skateboarding trick. There's no reason to be mad. I landed my skateboarding trick. I helped my grandpa with his problem. He would have helped me. You know, if something happened at my house and I needed help, he would have stopped what he was doing and helped me. So I had to stop being a little crybaby about everything. And then I just took a deep breath and said, you know what? Today is not that bad. I need to quit making myself a big old victim and pretending that everything is against me and the sky is falling. And oh no, why is nothing good ever happen? And I took a deep breath and I continued the night and it ended up being a wonderful night. Everything went great. I landed my trick. I was happy. His pipes was fixed. And then the very next day I woke up and a pipe in his front yard burst. So got the backyard, then you got the front yard. He asked me like what my theory is. He's like, how are these pipes bursting? I'm like, number one, it's like really flexible rubber piping. It's not PVC, it's flexible. So when it bends, it gets kinked, and it's so dry out here and it's not deep enough, and it's not, number one, it's not in soil. It's only under sharp rocks. So these rocks get in there. I think they're damaging it. And I also said, I think you have some water pressure issues. And he's like, well, sometimes I have really high water pressure, but sometimes I have really low water pressure. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like a big issue. Like, dude, when you put it like that, that sounds like that's probably the issue. And he's like, oh yeah, I guess it is. I'm like, dude, what? You just said it. You just said out loud what could be the issue, because he had I don't know what you call it, like a little tightening nut on there, and it blew off this tightening nut. And I'm thinking to myself, what could blow that off, dude? There's nothing except for high water pressure or like extremely freezing temperatures, but it's 110 degrees or low. The low temperature for today is 80 degrees. That's the coldest it will get this entire evening. But yeah, we got that. We got it all figured out. The second pipe repair we did the right way. The second pipe repair, I'm very confident will not come apart. But the first one is a matter of time. Luckily, those pipes in that part of the house are all on a timer, so we don't have to worry about a real bad blowout while he's, getting groceries or something, because that'd be terrible. I had a 1 millimeter pipe, like a 1 millimeter piece of rust pop out. So all that was happening was one pipe was squirting out of a hole that was 1 millimeter big, the smallest hole. Think about if you grab like a pin, what are those? What do you call those pins? Like a little pin that holds on like a patch onto your shirt. What are those pins called? It's not a clothespin. Somebody tell me what type of PIN. What are those little pins called? One, like, it goes like this. It comes open and shut, and then a bobby pin. Maybe it's called a bobby pin. I don't know maybe one of you guys know. Anyways, if you poked a pin in his pipe, one tiny little hole. Well, that fucker probably pushed out, over the course of an hour or two, it probably pushed out 50 gallons of water. That tiny hole blasted. Flooded my whole neighbor's yard, which was just really unfortunate because they didn't deserve that. They're like elderly and shit. A safety pin, thank you. They're like elderly. I blew out their whole fucking side of their yard. I created a landslide because my land's a little higher than theirs, so I created a landslide under my shed that just fucked up their whole house. But I guess my point was, a tiny little hole in a pipe like that can cause major damage, and it's lucky. It's lucky that his pipes are all on a timer. What am I ranting about? What is this even a podcast, or am I just going to complain about my things I have to repair in the house? Final topic of the day. Speaking of the sky falling, my internet went out for about 2 days. Oh man, it was rough. Dude, my internet controls everything. It controls my TV. I can watch Netflix or even satellite TV. Well, I got my satellite TV, but it barely works. It has like 10 channels, and you can only watch one channel for like a day before it starts to get fucked, and then you have to change the channel to something that has a better connection. I got no home security. My home security goes down when the internet's gone. So even though my cameras do local record, I'm not able to see that. So if I end up dying, hopefully somebody would find my body in time to go up there, grab the SD card and pull it out and find my murderer. But with no internet, I can't do that. And then, man, it was just a mess. And even to film Ninja Review, which was my biggest like issue, I'm like, fuck. I get really dramatic when that happens. I like, again, the sky is falling kind of mentality. I go, well, fuck, great. The internet's out. I guess I don't get to make any money this week. I guess I can't make Ninja Review. The only thing I have to do this week is film 4 episodes of Ninja Review. I can't even do that because I film those. Same setup as here. I watch the video, record here, then I edit, and then I verticalize. I verticalize the video. And then also, there was no way to stream. So when I'm trying to stream, I'm using my phone as a hotspot. This motherfucker's got 0.001 upload abilities. So that's completely fucked. So yeah, just really, really bad situation. All my neighbors had no internet too. So I was afraid to go outside because I would have had to speak to my neighbors. Oh God. The humanity. So I just sat in my house all day looking at my phone, wasting my mobile data. But it was a mess, dude. They finally got it fixed. I ended up waking up 8 a.m., filmed 4 episodes, got them all filmed and edited on the same day, just in time for you guys to watch tomorrow's episode, which is Ruby Lily, worst female skateboarder in the world. Wait, never mind. Most average female skateboarder in the world, so that's exciting. And I guess that's it. It's been a week of ups and downs, but really, if you really think about it, it could have been worse. I could have actually had a bad week. Nothing bad happened. I just like to complain. And you know what? Sometimes it feels good. Sometimes it feels good to complain, right? My neck still hurts a little bit. Why am I telling you guys this? I can clearly turn my head fine. Well, you know what? It feels good to complain. Makes me feel better. Oh, my knee. You wouldn't understand. I'm in pain. So that's it for the podcast. Appreciate you guys for hanging out. Can I get a oh, hell yeah? For those of you who tuned in late, the stream will not end, but the official podcast will end soon. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We do this podcast every single Friday, right around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. You can find the podcast on Podbean, on iTunes, on YouTube. The repeat of today's podcast comes out on Sunday, on all of those platforms. Shout out to Biscuit, DJ Salty Nuts, Node for Joy, Day Love My Toe, Big Cisco, Biscuit, Big Fletcher, Big Cashin, Big Low-Key, Big Cam, Big Kanye in the chat, Big Paul Miranda. I appreciate you guys for hanging out. Usually this would be the part of the podcast where I tell you guys which movies or shows that I've been watching, but I didn't have any internet, so I haven't been watching any of them. Last night I'm halfway through the new season of Sweet Tooth, and probably this weekend I'll start the new season of The Boys. I'll give you guys an update on that. But, yeah, the podcast continues. The real show is over. I hope you guys enjoy this podcast. Feel free to send me money. I know no one today sent me money. I guess I'm not entertaining. I guess I just have the worst podcast ever. Jesus. But you know what? It's a bad time in the American economy. No one has money to give to people like me. I understand. So here's what you can do. Cheap ass bitches. You can tell a friend about the podcast. Tell a friend about the podcast and spread the joy. Who wouldn't want to listen to me complain for 40 straight minutes? All right. Hope you guys all have a great weekend. Be safe out there. And as I always say, don't drink too much and don't drink too little. Three pieces of broccoli, not enough. 4 pieces, still in big trouble. 5 pieces, jail.